Yep, thank you. Okay, so for Televerse this month, Redley, can you share your screen? I'll let you present.
Yeah, sure thing.
The issues that we had last month are largely resolved, and Redley will go through that. And in light of producing content for Henry to use with investors, we've also updated the UI. That was to help Nez and team to produce better content for us. And Hongyang will present that. Okay, Redley, take it away.
Yep. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So as Paul mentioned, it was quite a productive month for us, and I'm going to cover off on the coordinate mediation flow. Specifically, just going to talk about, take a step back from where we were last month. So there was a roadblock last month, specifically pertaining to using one of the open source projects, the Veramo project, within the context of the MetaMask Snap. So I just want to briefly touch on what we're trying to do is we're trying to communicate securely in a way that no one can see or access that information that the end customer is providing there in the MetaMask Snap. So the roadblock which we were up against last month, we fortunately made some breakthroughs there. Specifically, we were able to address all of the post-processing. So the secure environment that the MetaMask Snap allows you to run your JavaScript in uses a different kind of JavaScript, secure ECMAScript. And out of the box, the Veramo project wasn't working. So by post-processing it, by making some adjustments to the code bundle after it had been compiled, we were able to get that running. And then secondly, we were able to resolve the DID using that agent which had been instantiated. So that is all working very much. So now we're on to the point where we are instantiating or invoking DIDCOM messages from the MetaMask Snap. Now there are some new challenges that we're up against there, although nothing that can't be overcome. And so there what we're looking at is basically we've raised an issue with the MetaMask team today, but ultimately we need to be able to sign a transaction to add keys for the specific protocol that's required for DIDCOM. So that has been the focus there in terms of the MetaMask Snap, the coordinate mediation flow for the month. And as Paul mentioned, Hongyang will touch on all the UI stuff. I'll stop there. If anyone has any questions, feel free to jump in.
Good job. So no issue, no any more issue regarding MetaMask, right?
I will, on a positive note, we have been able to get the Veramo agent to work within the MetaMask Snap. So last month, and something that for a few weeks had really been a holdup was the inability to instantiate that agent, and that was a real headache. What we've got now is we still have a little bit of a roadblock, but there is a workaround that we could use for it. It wouldn't necessarily be completely kosher, but we've certainly come a long way in terms of addressing and being able to invoke the code that we need to within the MetaMask Snap. And there's still a little bit of a way to go, but certainly those major issues from the last release notes meeting have been addressed.
Makes sense. It's a breakthrough, right?
Yeah, it was very much a breakthrough. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Paul mentioned to me, it's a headache, and then yeah, but excellent. We get there.
Yeah, I'm confident, as I'm sure Paul is, that all of this can be addressed. It was like it just takes sometimes frustratingly more time than one would hope.
Yeah. Paul?
Hongyang, would you like to share your screen and continue?
Yeah, sure. Just give me a moment. Right. All right. So I will be continuing from what Paul left off about the UI. So the UI revamp was mainly for the marketing material, but it's good that we have revisit on it because we just noticed some of the missing gap in terms of like the design and some of the data that was left out by us. So it's good that we receive it so that we have actually created like a ticket and just a show of it with some of the item that we went through. Just a very brief go through here. And after that, we have actually itemized all the ticket just to make it modular. And you can see that each of it is a ticket addressing different aspect of it. And also we have also reached the stage of pull request, so that I would say it's near the end of a merge. So the code could be released soon. And I'm just going to go through few of it. One few of it, which the most crucial one is the integration of our data, so that instead of dummy data we have been using since last time, we have actually integrated with the seed data that we have stored in the database, so that we have a more realistic demonstration in the time when needed. And we have also redesigned the search bar and the filter drop-down list as well, based off a preliminary design that could be revised later on. But it's a very good skeleton that we can work on afterwards. And we have also removed obsolete design that we noticed that we do not need it anymore. And it actually make the code much more cleaner and concise, so that it's easier to maintain in the future as well. And of course, of some of the minor details of the UI, and also have added new field, as you can see here, to have a better UI UX experience as well. So all of this is a team effort. So I would say because as you can see here, we have multiple pages. Some of it are actually sharing a similar changes needed, so that we actually break it down for the members to handle each of the page more efficiently. So that's all. Before I proceed, I think that's all for the UI. If any question, I'm happy to answer now.
Yeah, Hong Yang, is there any chance to put the Figma file of the design of the new UI that we proposed in the release notes, so that everyone can see and then see if there's any feedback, especially from Paul and Henry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Mm,
Of course, Ness, I haven't actually looked at it yet, but I will.
Is it? Right. Yeah, maybe just to put it in there so that everyone can easily access it. And if there's any feedback, because one of my team is the one who created it. So yeah.
So-
yeah, I could do.
So your
Yeah.
team already create something on Figma for the new UI.
Yes, and it already following the brand guidelines of the Televerse, like the vibe of the website and also the color and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Ness, that's been added there.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah. So next, I just put it here. It's sufficient for the time being, right?
Awesome. Thank you, Hong.
All right. No worries.
So when I
think
click
that-
in,
yeah.
so when I click in, there will be some screen.
Yeah.
You
And
might
it
Yeah,
goes
in
to
Figma.
it's just the design of the UI based on the page per page, and you can actually put a comment in there. That's what Jeannie and Hong Yang previously last week actually did, and then they put the comments. For example, the tab is like too transparent and stuff. So yeah, everybody can put their feedbacks in there.
Okay.
Yep.
Hong Yang, proceed to smart projects.
All right. Yep. So the last thing I just want to address here is that we are finalized on the implementation of the escrow service, which is kind of like a milestone because it will play consider like a main pillar of the DAO. So we have a very prudent test and back and forth design and discussion within the team just to make sure it's resilient and as what we want. So we have reached the point of a of the PR stage in the repo. So in any given time, we should be able to merge it and make it a stable release. And with some of the optimization that you can see here, it's just a very short update on what we have since last month. Yep. So I'm gonna share.
Thank you, Hong.
Yep.
Are there any questions?
Oh, I will look at the new design and then see how to move forward on it.
Yep. Okay, back to you, Jonathan.
All right. So does the system team want to present anything? I don't think there is a section that you have added.
No.
Okay. But we have been doing a lot of, for example, POC with Cybernet, and we also had 2 sessions with Control S to learn about how to use the API to control the Nokia NSP system. That's the network service portal. And I think we just need 1 more session to learn how to manipulate the rate limit, and then we should be ready to develop the script to control the Nokia device. So that's something that we have done over the past month.
Yeah.
There are also a few other things, like for example, the CUG. We need to do some updates to because of the security requirements. So just to updates like the Nginx or the OpenSSH to fix any of those security holes. Yeah, so that's about it. So thank you, everyone. Is there any other questions?
Can I get the Televerse team stay in the call with Nas together, and then the rest can drop the 9?
Okay.
No problems.
And thank you, everyone. So the
Thank you.
R&D team, we can skip the evening meeting.
Yeah, you can stop the recording.